What's up, everybody? Brothers, sisters, psychonauts, and seekers of truth. It is Ananka, and welcome to my bazaar. Today, I have a 2C-T-7 chirp report for you. The title of this chirp report is 15 Minutes of Fame, and was submitted to Erowid in 2000 by the user Jelly Maze. With all that being said, let our story begin. November 16th, 2000, 8 p.m. Central. Prior to snorting 2C-T7, I was told that if I could live through the first 15 minutes, I would be good to go, seeing the most awesome visuals. Stereo is on random, TV is muted, all the lights are on. Snort the stuff, the baddest shit you ever did in your life. It burns. I would have put my head in a sink full of water if I didn't think I might drown in it. See colors and patterns almost immediately. At this point, I am so excited to see what I am seeing. But then, the world unravels, and the Flaming Lips song, 30,000 Feet of Despair, conveniently starts playing. I realize how quickly the stuff is working, and I become instantly afraid. Turning off the stereo and TV, then melting into the carpet. I think to myself, I was in my apartment when I took it. I'm in my apartment right now. If I don't move, I'll be A-okay. My boyfriend says to me, "It's working, huh?" Experienced? Maybe. But nothing could prepare us for this. He takes his dose as I watch everything, friend or foe, run away from me. It's like light speed backwards. 6 minutes in. But then the phone rings. It was the friend who provided the stuff. He knew what I was going through right then, and I can see the humor in him calling now. At the time, I said to my boyfriend, "Turn off the ringer, it's making me puke." And right then I began retching. I was laying on my back. I do not suggest this. I rolled over immediately and held my head down at a sharp angle. A part of me wanted to speak, but it was too much to do so and breathe at the same time. I relied on the information that breathing is an autonomic exercise to calm myself from this point. I thought I might urinate on myself and ignored it. I thought I might die and knew that I wouldn't. I'm thinking I asked for it. I'm thinking I did it to myself. How ironic. And there he is, on the phone, laughing at me. It seemed like it would be an endless string of things I would like to ignore, but I found it impossible to fight. Could it ever be stopped? Would death stop it? Right then, I thought, certainly not. I'd probably spend an eternity right here if I died. Alas, I will live through this. My boyfriend was slightly behind me and put himself to work turning off all the lights. 8 minutes in. A hot flash came on, and I reached a level of ecstasy to define the very word. Turned the AC down to 50 degrees Fahrenheit and laid under a ceiling fan. Took off all my clothes but my underwear, hearing a symphony made of my own breathing and the whir of these machines. When I realized it was my own breathing and air conditioner, it began to sound extremely funny, like the noises at the end of the Beck album, Mellow Gold. All of a sudden, I'm freezing my ass off, so I put my clothes back on. After 10 minutes, I appear to be a single-celled organism or thought. My body is so dissociated from my mind that I seem to be watching myself sleep. I think this is just like the last time we were all together asleep, on the verge of waking together. We will never awake together. I hear my boyfriend say from another galaxy, "That'll make you think you'll never trip again." And he was certainly right. I rely on the fact that the stuff had already passed through my brain, and therefore the experience has already ended technically. This makes me momentarily sad. I think about my boyfriend. I'm sure glad it was you with me this time. This time. This has never happened to me before. At this point, I do not know if my eyes are open or shut, but infinity or God is apparent, and I know I am not it. However, it is then that I realize the futility of fear of death. 12 minutes. I am now in the spirit world, as I would describe it. I am over the fear thanks to my native North American ancestors. They show me the cave woman I was, and the vivid living companion for God that I could someday be. They tell me to find a cure for cancer, or else. Not that I am at all involved in science or research. I can hear myself snoring. My body is asleep, while my mind is acting in a state other than sleep or dream. We now refer to this area as there. It seemed to me that anyone who had ever been there before me was there right then. It seemed to me if anyone ever went there after me, I would still be there to help them through it. A universal feeling at the very least. After 15 minutes, my boyfriend says to me, "There's your 15 minutes." And I laugh, feeling immensely relieved, refreshed, because I had gone somewhere I had never been, and it scared me damn near to death. Scared me so bad, I could laugh about it 15 minutes later. 30 minutes. I am back, sort of. I have my eyes anyway. It looks like I'm peering through layers and layers of plastic bubble wrap and cellophane. I try to sit up, but the earth moves so fast it seems she will spin me right back into space if I don't hang on a little longer. This was as much like being born as I can remember. I feel brand spanking new. 1 hour. I am able to communicate verbally, and my bodily movements resemble that of a newborn fawn. I look in my skin, and it appears as if I am wearing fantastic armor, which I will use to do battle with God for infinity. Never have I felt so beautiful. Nor have I ever had so much respect for aesthetically driven endeavors, like a monument to God, or a praying mantis who resembles a lotus flower. I have never experienced such a feeling of superiority through potential. Pretty soon, I'm laughing because they told me it was legal. While under its influence, I could see how life itself could be illegal. As far as I was concerned, the drug was life. After about 3 hours, this comes to resemble the trips I am used to. Weed, the orb, black lights, mushroom-like visuals. It lasted in all 10 hours. I took LSD in public a week later, and it seemed that the 2C-T-7 increased my tolerance to the LSD. I didn't feel as if I was coming up, but when I finally had come up, I only felt like I was there on a very small scale. As far as I know, no amount of acid could take you there on such a grand scale while maintaining its usefulness. In fact, it has put the idea in my head that coming up at all is useless. I now would rather just be there right from the start. It also reinforced the idea that acid is recreational. This stuff seems more shroomy to me. Less recreational, but that is solely my opinion. It helped us a lot to know that we didn't have to preoccupy ourselves with breathing or speaking. As soon as I knew that, I didn't feel the need to puke anymore. I knew if I made a mess, I could clean it up later. Hours and hours later. This, it seems, kept me from losing bowel control. Understand that we took such a large dose with ego death in mind. But my ego didn't die. It was reinvented and reinforced. This would be a difficult experience for anyone. And the idea of dying will occur until you decide one way or another, though it is only a fraction of the experience as a whole. Where I am from, only 6 people have used 2C-T-7. All of us have used at least 35 milligrams, all snorted. It is refreshing to know that the less of it is also useful, and that it can be eaten as well. If I did it again, though, I would snort it. We all refer to it as the stuff, or the baddest shit you ever did in your life. Currently, my boyfriend and I refer to it as pulsar or quasar for its galactic effect. I could list a number of songs which accurately reenact such experiences, whether by accident or on purpose. But all I can say is, Glass and the Ghost Children. Not for everyone. Definitely for me. Once or twice a year. Alright, everyone. That is the end of our story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Share with us your 2C-T-7 experiences down in the comments below. Check out the other videos and playlists on my channel. And I will see you in the next one, fam. Deuces.